All right. Equal educational opportunity. RISD provides equal educational opportunities for all students. All students will be offered similar opportunities to participate in programs and services offered by the district without regard to any student's race, color, national origin, sex, religion, or disability. It also protects against the bullying and the reminder that it is extremely important for us to all provide prompt action if bullying or any other discrimination or harassment is observed, suspected, or reported. Harassment on the basis of other protected characteristics, such as race, color, national origin, religion, or disability, can be a form of discrimination. And again, while we most often talk about sexual harassment, harassment on the basis of any protected characteristic is strictly prohibited. Again, I'll remind you of the definition of harassment. This is unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature, such as requests for sexual favors, sexually motivated physical, verbal, or nonverbal conduct, or other communication of a sexual nature that is so severe, persistent, or pervasive that it unreasonably interferes with the student's participation in or benefit from the educational environment, or creates an intimidating, threatening, or hostile environment, or submission to the conduct is made a condition of the educational program or service. It also protects against bullying on the campus. So I'm going to take us to a quick presentation on bullying. We'll present this. Forgive some of these slides. It's a presentation that was used previously. All right, so student discipline. Bullying in TEC section 37.0832 requires schools to adopt policies and procedures for bullying. Our code of conduct prohibits bullying, and we have specific curriculum that includes essential knowledge and skills for bullying. These are some lessons that the counselor will utilize, as well as additional components of our PBIS program, our social emotional learning program, prevention as a possible topic for staff development. So throughout the year, if we notice that bullying is something of a severe nature on our campus, we will provide some professional development to add additional knowledge for that. Here is the definition of bullying from the district. It is a single significant act or a pattern of acts by one or more students directed at another student that exploits an imbalance of power and involves engaging in written or verbal expression through electronic means, or physical conduct which occurs in situations over which the school has jurisdiction, and has the effect or will have the effect of physically harming a student, damaging a student's property, or placing a student in reasonable fear or harm to the student's person or of damage to the student's property, is sufficiently severe, persistent, or pervasive enough that the action or threat creates an intimidating, threatening, or abusive educational environment for a student, materially and substantially disrupts the educational process or the orderly operation of a classroom or a school, or infringes on the rights of the victim at school, and includes cyberbullying. So last year was the first year that we included cyberbullying in the definition of bullying as a result of David's Law. The definition is bullying that is done through the use of any electronic communication device, including through the use of a cellular or other type of telephone or computer, a camera, electronic email, instant message, text messaging, a social media application, an internet website, or any other internet-based communication tool. David's Law broadens the jurisdiction. It applies to bullying that occurs on or is delivered at school property, to school property, or the site of a school-sponsored activity. So if the social media is used at school or during a school activity, that would be included. Come on. It's also bullying that takes place on the bus or during district transportation. Cyberbullying that occurs off the property. This is something that's new as a result of David's Law. If it interferes with a student's educational opportunities or substantially disrupts the learning environment. So if conversations are taking place through social media and it impacts a student in a negative way, then that is something that we need to investigate. Key reminders. We have campus expectations for monitoring and reporting bullying. So creating that safe environment in your classroom where students feel free to come to you and report those bullying situations that would require some really solid relationships that you have with them that would make them to feel comfortable enough to do that. In addition, the counselor will provide information about anonymous ways to report bullying. But it's also really important to inform ourselves and our students of the true definition of bullying. The word bullying gets used rather frequently, and all of those don't necessarily all lend itself to that particular definition. Notify administration of any bullying incidents in the classroom, even if they were resolved by the teacher. Strong classroom management skills allow teachers to manage a lot of these incidents within the classroom. But if it does align with the behaviors presented in that bullying definition, it's important that the administrator is made aware of that. Some conduct may be inappropriate. If someone called another student a name, that does not meet our guidelines, our campus guidelines and our code of conduct for Richland, but that is not necessarily bullying because it's one instance and it doesn't apply to the other components of the definition. All reports of bullying will be investigated according to the district guidelines, and there's the district guidelines there. You can find those online and in the online code of conduct. And there is no retaliation for reports. All right, so back to this presentation. And